Okay, and what are the biggest changes?
格闘ゲーム自体が、この20年ぐらいで進化してきて。
So the fighting game industry and video games just in general have evolved so much in the 20-year span that the game that we're creating nowadays is for player sensibilities in the modern day, right? For what they want to play, what they want to see out of a fighting game. So back then, you know, it's definitely changed in terms of just technical aspects of the fighting game. It's more technical, it's more diverse, more complicated, and you know, that's kind of how we're developing the game for modern audiences.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's really interesting is just, you know, obviously it's a genre that is just iconic for being an arcade scene, you know, back, and that's not around very much in a lot of countries now. And everything's moving to online and such like that. And I think it's just great because, you know, back in the day, it was so, you know, especially for kids or something, you got to go to the arcade, you got to make sure somebody's there to play with. Nowadays, you know, you just have matchmaking, you can jump on Discord, make friends with people. It's just, it's interesting to see how the online aspects have just created such a new kind of generation of fighting game fans.
Okay, and you have also an SNK, another big fighting game, King of Fighters 15. How does it differ from this game?
KOF は 3on3 っていうルールがベースにあるので、まあそれが一番特徴的で、SNK の。
Yeah, so the King of Fighters franchise traditionally has been a 3-on-3 fighter. So you choose 3 teams of 3 or 2 teams of 3, and you battle it out. And for the SNK community, people that have been, you know, big supporters of SNK, they really enjoy these games. But for people outside, it's a big task to ask people to like learn 3 characters. So with this Fatal Fury, and typically Fatal Fury is 1 versus 1. You have 1 character and you just fight it that way. And we're hoping that that's going to bring more people from outside of SNK. But it's also a game that we developed to make SNK fans themselves really, really happy for what we got. So that's the main difference, though. The 3 versus 3 versus 1 versus 1.
Yeah, and I would say one other thing is Fatal Fury has a very like narrative focus. Like there is a very, you feel the passage of time. Like Mark of the Wolves, you know, Terry got a new look. We're showing that, you know, Mai has a new look in City of the Wolves as well. There is definitely that kind of sense to make sure that the story and the narrative and character development is moving forward. While KOF is more of kind of a festival, the characters kind of just are more almost like caricatures of their versions of Fatal Fury. They kind of take everything to the extreme. So their personalities are even very different. Like Mai in KOF is not the same kind of personality that she is in Fatal Fury. So there's very interesting like differences even in the lore and the setting and character personalities.
Okay, speaking of Terry and Mai, how many characters will be in the final release? And how many characters are old ones and how many are new?
まあ始まった時点で17。15、6、7ぐらいです。で、そこから、今回は3シーズンの運用を見込んで。
So there's going to be between about 15 to 17 characters in launch. You know, with a mix of old and new faces. We've already seen a couple of ones that have been announced so far. And then, of course, we have the DLC as well, so fans can look forward to. So we have plans to keep continuing the game after launch with DLC support.
Okay, can you already tell how many DLCs will come?
3 years. 3 years of plans already planned it.
Okay, and when is the final release and for which consoles and how much will it cost?
Yeah, so it's coming out on April 24th next year, and it'll be at the kind of standard €59.99 euros, and that will include the Season 1 characters DLC as well.
Thank you very much.
Dir hat das Video gefallen, möchtest mehr sehen? Dann klick gerne hier drauf oder geh auf unsere Seite retrogamingcrew.com. Da gibt es noch ein paar Artikel, die du lesen kannst.